Okay, the problem with search engine results now is you type in something. In the past, if you typed in something in a search engine, what you typed was your responsibility. Now, they're like, we think you meant this. And it's like, I don't care what you think I meant. Oh, but most people mean this. It doesn't matter what most people mean. You're trying to reduce humanity to a lowest common denominator, putrid lump of garbage. And you have to stop this. People who design search engines I need to find a search engine which will leave the user in control. I don't want my search results interfered with by some moronic algorithm that's trying to produce the ideal human's search results. That's not how it works. That's not how any tool in the world works. You remember the film I, Robot? When the whole premise of the film is that a robot chose to save a adult guy instead of the little girl, even though, yes, she was less likely to survive, but it doesn't matter. A computer cannot make decisions the way a human would. If you try to cause every decision a human makes to be run by a computer, you will ruin humanity, you will ruin the world, and guess what? Search engines have been ruined because of it. Leave the person alone to make their decision on what they're searching for. If they make a mistake, it's up to them. Guess what? They'll learn. If you remove that, you basically take someone's control of the tool away from them, and they can never, ever, ever get what they want unless it goes through your stupid filter. This is the problem with computing now. It's been completely destroyed by morons. Even well-meaning morons. They're still morons because they don't understand that you have to be left alone to work out things for yourself. You can't do everything for people. It's ridiculous. And then you've got the nefarious element of people who want, yes, everyone in humanity must be infantilized so we can control them. So on one hand, you've got morons who are trying to do the right thing, but they're completely missing the point. And then you've got morons who are nefarious, who are trying to destroy humanity's freedoms. It's ridiculous. 25 years ago, computing was fine, and now it's got two elements of moronism floating around in it, ruining it. How do we fix it? To my mind, the only answer is to come up with my own search engine that leaves the person alone. Well, imagine that. Exactly the way Google used to be. You could get what you wanted. You just put what you wanted in, and you got the results. If you made a mistake in your search, whoops, you changed your search, and eventually you learned how it worked and you got what you wanted every single time. Now, I never ever get what I want. If I get what I want, it's complete luck. 100% of the answers I get are not what I want because the algorithm thinks that I want this. It doesn't matter what the algorithm thinks I want. I know what I want. I know what I want. I know exactly what to write to get it. But now it's ruined because even if I write what would have normally gotten it in the past, I get rubbish as results. And then you've got, for example, the onion, whatever the hell it is, Tor browser. Okay. So I used that to try and get away from Google. But oh no, the morons who run that are just following the herd with Google. Oh yes, let's put a hover function on the tab so that whenever you hover over the tab, I'm not hovering, I'm moving my cursor over the tab, you get information that you already have. I went to Tor browser to get away from Google, but the morons in Tor don't think for themselves. Like all of the developers in the world nowadays, they're all flipping fluffy bunny morons. The way they talk to each other, the way they describe things, they're all into manga and anime, and they live in a fantasy dream world, and they dress up in fluffy. God, what a mess this world is. You can't have sensitive things like technological tools in the hands of fools. And this is the problem we have nowadays. Everything is in the hands of either people who mean you harm or morons who shouldn't have control of it. This is the problem, and feminism has done this largely, and the infantilization of people. It's all intentional rot. It's rot to try to undermine what was a working, functioning society. And the people behind it are scum who need to be completely removed from any position where they can do any harm. We need to get back control of our societies. We need to get back control of technology and get the lying out of it and get the stupidity and the weakness out of it. God, I cannot believe what has happened to what was a functioning world. A group of people decided to lie and do some pretty horrendous things and try to take over the world thereby. Well, good for you, because what you've done is you've ruined the entire world, because you wanted to just take over. Oh, we've got to take over. Well, guess what? You've ruined what was a functioning world, because it's all full of lies. The only people who get to do anything are the weak, spineless, stupid fairies who have no business being in charge of anything, or the people who have no business being in charge because they are nefarious, weak liars. So what have we got? We've got, the result is that nothing works. And it's putrid. And that's not how society should be. That's not how the world should be. The world should work the way it used to work. And this is a good lesson for everyone to understand what happens when poisonous, lying scumbags get into a position of influence. Everything goes to hell. And that's what really has happened. And these guys who have done this really need to take a look at themselves. Because what they've done is they've ruined society. And yeah, I started off talking about search engine results, but it's all part of the same rot. Things used to work when people weren't lying and covering up the truth. Everyone knows that there's a poisonous rot in the world. It just takes people to have the guts to speak it. It's disgusting. And we have to fix it. It's not going to go away. It's getting worse. It's not going to go away until we fix it. This is just, it infuriates me so much that there are very few people who get it, who actually see what's gone on, who actually know what's happened. And there are even fewer people who have the guts to speak about it and actually get annoyed about it to the point where they want to do something. And even fewer people who are able to do anything. Everything can work perfectly fine if we take the rot out of it. It's true. It's quite simple. Society has been poisoned intentionally by people who wanted to weaken it so they could take over. And that's what's happened. That's exactly what's happened. And people are sitting there going, yes, I see it. And there's other people who go, really? It's just a combination of stupidity and ignorance. You cannot, and this is what these people are trying to engender, a condition where people are completely dependent morons. They're trying to create communism through the back door. Yeah, instead of using guns, they just want to try to, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. Try to take power away from people until I'm telling you, this is going to end in bloodshed, in war, because you can't treat people that way. They won't take it. You have to give people responsibility and encourage them. You don't just try to ruin the world and say, well, that's that then. You scumbags. I'm sick of this. You can't get anything done anymore. It's ridiculous. We live in a mess of a society. We've got cameras all over the place. What the hell do you need cameras for? What you need is honour and honesty. The police don't do anything anymore. They all is there CCTV? That's all they ask every time a person speaks to a cop about anything. Was there CCTV? What happened to honesty? What happened to honour? What happened to a person's word? What happened to police work, for example? And I'm not going to have anyone tell me, oh, you can't criticise the police. What? No, I can. I can criticise them, because in the past you'd call them and they'd arrive. Now you call them and they don't want to come. Oh no, we don't want to get involved with that. The world has been ruined, and it can be fixed. I will do what I can do to try and fix it. In fact, to fix it. I'm not even going to try, I'm going to fix it. I'm so sick to death of this mess that everyone's wandering around going, oh no, I won't say anything about it, I'll pretend it's not happening. It's disgusting. Every single day we watch it. It's poison, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse, and it's only because people haven't got the guts to say anything about it. We have to stand up against this. We have to do it right now. The people who've done it need to be exposed, and we need to deal with the situation and make sure it doesn't happen again. And it relies upon courage and guts and honesty and decency and courtesy and etiquette and manners and all the kind of decent things that we used to have, and it requires strength and courage to do so. I'm so sick to death of this mess, this rotten, putrid excuse of a society that we've got. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Like I said, you've got at one side you've got rotten people who are trying to destroy everybody, and on the other hand you've got the morons that they employ who just go, yeah, I'll do this, and they just don't think. And that's the situation we've got. Instead of having a fruitful society of people who are encouraged to do their best, people are discouraged from doing their best. They're encouraged to be sick. They're encouraged to be weak. They're encouraged to be lazy. It's a mess, and that's only so that disgusting, weak, disgusting people can sit on top of them and claim that they're in charge. You're not in charge of anything. In fact, these people, what they're in charge of is a cesspool. And if that's what they want, if that's the best thing that they can go for in life, then more fool them. Because that's not what reality is. Reality is observing good things, encouraging greatness and strength and achievement. Not discouraging people, telling them all the time, oh, you're weak, there's something wrong with you, you've got, telling everyone they've got all these disorders and problems, just trying to weaken them all the time. Ugh! It's absolutely disgusting. That's the world that's been created. That's the world that's been created. What a mess. I devote myself to fixing it. Because I won't continue watching this rot continue in the world I'm in. I won't do it. I cannot be the only person who can see this rot. It's disgusting and disgraceful. We have to fix it. Unbelievable. What a mess. I don't know what else to say. It's sick. But it can be fixed. I know it can be fixed because I can see it. I can see the repair job. I can see the way things ought to be, the way things should be. And it just requires a bit of guts and a bit of intellect. That's all it requires. And then action. A little bit of planning, a little bit of intelligence, and you can make it work. I'm going to do what's necessary to fix this problem. People also need to stop thinking, oh, someone else will do it. Oh, someone else will fix it. No. People need to start thinking about themselves as being somebody, as being important, as being influential, as being responsible. Because then we'll start to fix the problem. Stop seeing yourself as less than some system that controls you. No. See yourself as important. See yourself as capable. See yourself as influential. See yourself as worth something. Undo the damage that's been done, and then we can fix this place.